Is Rivers of Babylon in the gray or the teal? 279. Then it has to be.
Yes. Capo 2, B minor, first chord. Let me get this tuned up and we'll go. I gotta talk, Kat's gotta talk, and then we... Capo 2. You're in 4 because you're playing A minor. We're playing in B minor, so we're on 2.
I might just stay at 0 because then I can just go this shape here.
Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Brazos Valley. My name is Reverend Kiya Heartwood, and my pronouns are she, they, and we're so happy that you're here. We're going to start out by singing a good standard in number 279 in the Gray hymnal, By the Waters of Babylon. I got it. By the waters of Babylon, we sat down and wept for thee, Zion. We remember thee, Zion. By the waters of Babylon, we sat down and wept for thee, Zion. We remember thee, Zion. So, Ivy, would you help me? Okay, so this half, you all are going to chase us. And by that I mean we sing, by the waters of Babylon. Then we keep going, but they just start. Does that make sense? Follow Ivy. She knows what she's doing. You all ready? Okay. By the waters of Babylon, we sat down and wept for thee, Zion. We sat down and wept for thee, Zion. We remember thee, Zion. We sat down and wept for thee, Zion. We sat down and wept for thee, Zion. Last time. We remember thee, Zion. We sat down and wept for thee, Zion. We sat down and wept for thee, Zion. We remember thee, Zion. How about a hand for Ivy for jumping up?
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Brazos Valley, UUCBV, or Brazos UU for short. My name is Kat Wild. My pronouns are she, they. We are a welcoming congregation, which means that we celebrate and welcome all people across diversities of race, gender, sexual identities, age, ability, immigration status, and belief. We are also a congregation working towards reproductive justice. So whoever you are, wherever you have come from, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here.
Our call to worship this morning comes from David W. Earl. He says, making amends is not only saying the words, but also being willing to listen to how your behavior caused another's pain. And then the really hard part, changing behavior.
Alrighty, I'd like to invite Skyra up to light the chalice this morning. So please say our chalice lighting words with me. We light the chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith, as a beacon of hope for all who seek justice, dignity, and compassion, and in celebration of the life of truth and meaning we share together. Now, all please join me in saying our affirmation statement. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its gift. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
As Unitarian Universalists, we believe there is a spark of the divine in every being, including all of y'all, including all those people that we're not that happy with in Washington, even them. They have a spark of the divine, and as Universalists, we think that there's a way that they could ultimately apologize. That said, this is your opportunity to say howdy to the other divine sparks in the room, and I will let you know when it's over. If you are shy, just hold your arms like this and look mean. Nobody will bother you.
Otherwise, I'm going to be home for 3 months, and that's going to be worse than my health. Yep. I'm like, there's like extra crust everywhere. Like, I
Okay, it's time for all ages, this little light of mine. Then may you be filled with love and kindness.
Should I sit here while she does the time of all ages?
I wouldn't. I would wait and come up. Give them hell.
Alrighty, so Allison is teaching the high schoolers in the back today, so you get me to read the time for all ages. Alrighty, so today's story is called What If Nobody Forgave by Barbara Marshman. In a land far away, a wise old man who knew a great deal about people because he traveled from place to place arrived at a strange village. In this town, all the people were carrying what seemed to be great bundles upon their backs. They couldn't look around very well, and they never looked up because of the heavy burdens they carried. Puzzled, the wise old man finally stopped a young fellow. "My good man, I am a stranger to your land and am fascinated by these large bundles you all carry about, but you never seem to put down. What is their purpose? Oh, these, answered the young fellow in a matter-of-fact way, these are our grudges. My, said the wise old man, that's a lot of grudges to collect at your age. Oh, they're not all mine. Most of them were passed down by my family. The young fellow heaved a weary sigh. See that man over there? I have quite a load of grudges against his family. His great-great-grandfather called mine a horse thief when they both wanted to be mayor. The wise man looked around and shook his head sadly. But you all look so unhappy. Is there no way to get rid of these burdens? We've forgotten how, said the young fellow, shifting his load a little. You see, at first, we were proud of our grudges. Tourists came from miles around. But after a few years, Grudgeville became a dreary place. Nobody came, and we had forgotten how to stop holding our grudges. If you really want to get rid of those grudges, said the wise old man, I think I know 5 magic words that will do the trick. You do? Asked the fellow hopefully. That would be a miracle. I'll go and have the mayor call the people of Grudgeville together. And off he went, as fast as his grudges would let him. The mayor lost no time calling the people to the village square. The mayor and the wise old man stood on a platform where they could see all the hunched-over villagers. When the people had quieted down, the mayor said, O good people of Grudgeville, a wonderful thing has happened. A very wise stranger has come to our town. He says he can tell us the magic words that will rid us of these grudges we have carried for generations. How many of you would like to be able to straighten up, have your grudges disappear, and look at the world in a whole new way? Listen to the wise words of our visitor, then, and do as he tells you. My friends, these are simple words, yet some people find them hard to say, said the wise stranger. I think you have the courage to speak them. The trick is that you must say them to each other and truly mean them. The first 2 words are I'm sorry. Can you say them? The other 3 are I forgive you. Can you say that? Now say these words each to each other. There was a long pause, and then a low grumble amongst the townspeople. First one person, and then another, said the words. Soon they were all saying them, each to each other, quietly at first, but then louder. And then, would you believe it? Just like the wise man had predicted, the grudges disappeared. What joy there was in the town. People were heard saying, look how those trees have grown upward. And is that you, Jim? How good it is to see your face again. There was dancing in the street that day, and it wasn't long before the mayor changed the name of the town to Joytown. All right, we're going to send the kids off to RE.
Well, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This is a challenging day in that you have to get out the other hymnal. The teal one. It's a very beautiful color. And it's number 1031. And we're going to sing Filled with Loving Kindness, which comes out of the Buddhist tradition. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be filled with loving kindness. I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be whole. The second time we sing this for you, someone you love. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be whole. Now Ken's going to play a break. May we be filled. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be whole. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be whole. Nope. This is the time in our service where you can listen to your heart in the silence. You can pray to God if you know God or you have an idea of God that you like to talk to. You can get up and light a candle for anybody that you love or you're worried about, or if you just want some spiritual help. This is a good opportunity to do it. If you don't know what's going on, there are other people in the room that do, and you just follow along. And we have beautiful music from Andrew and Ken this morning. They're playing Brother Son. Ken and Andrew. The world is in a rough state of mind. N'est-ce pas? Everybody agree? There's a whole lot of pain and truth-telling being revealed daily on the news. And in the crises that are happening in Texas, we've got teachers in this room that are having to put the Ten Commandments, the Protestant version, on their walls. That ain't right, y'all. It's not right. Okay. So, I have been diving into this John Leguizamo's American Historia. Have you all seen that on TV? It's a three-part special about Latinx history and all the stuff that got left out of your history books. It's quite good, especially the part about Texas Rangers and Texas. I highly recommend watching it. But it's not easy because we are culpable, or our ancestors are culpable, and it's hard to admit that we might have made a few mistakes along the way. I think that's pretty obvious every day right now. It is heartbreaking to know that civilian Palestinians are still not being helped, and all this is happening during the high holy days in Jerusalem. It's the New Year. It's in the Jewish New Year. It's also Yom Kippur, which is my favorite, personal favorite, because it's when you get a chance to get out of the vows you shouldn't have made and to apologize for the stuff you did, whether you meant to do it or you didn't mean to do it. Yom Kippur is the chance to say, I'm sorry. If I've hurt you in any way, I'm terribly sorry, and I would like to say that to you all. If I've hurt you all in the last year in any way, I'm terribly sorry. I will try to do better. That is all you can do. So I don't know if I have any answers, and sometimes asking questions is a very good first step. So today, we're talking about making amends. On this day, may we remember that no life is perfect, no heart is without fault, and no journey is beyond repair. That is universalist to the bone, y'all, to the bone. Even Hitler is going to get it right eventually. He may have to be a cockroach for a while, but it'll work out eventually. This time of year, our Jewish neighbors and friends observe the high holy days, culminating in Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. It is a sacred season dedicated to reflection, forgiveness, and perhaps more importantly, making amends. The wisdom in this tradition is not that guilt is enough or even that prayer alone is enough, but that reconciliation requires action. One must go to the person harmed, acknowledge the wound, and attempt to make it right. This is not easy, but it is deeply human, deeply necessary work. As Unitarian Universalism, we do not have one sacred season of atonement, but we do have a theology of interdependence. And being interdependent means you got to say, I'm sorry. You got to make room for other people. You have to make adjustments. Can I get a witness? Amen. All right. When one thread of the web of life is frayed, the whole fabric suffers. Making amends is how we weave those threads back together. Amends are different than apologies. An apology can be words. You can say, I'm sorry, and then keep doing the silly things you keep doing, right? Amends require repair, a repair cafe for your heart. If I break your cup, I don't just say, I'm sorry. I replace it. I get online, I try to find one just like it. I try to wash your dishes for a while, or I offer you something of equal value. Words alone are not enough, or I look really sheepish for a long time. Amends are about restoring trust, dignity, and relationship. But let's be honest, most of us avoid this practice. I don't make mistakes. I don't do anything. It's those people over there. They are the problem. Probably not. Yet the longer we avoid amends, the heavier the burden grows. Resentments calcify. Silence becomes a wall. pretty soon you haven't talked to them in so long that it's awkward and you can't fix it. We live in a little town, y'all. We're going to run into each other at the HEB. It's going to happen. You might want to keep it as good as you can. All right. As the poet David Wilde writes, forgiveness is a skill, a way of shaping the mind toward a different perspective. It is not the absolution of sin, don't believe in sin, but the welcome of a future that has room for our past. In 12-step communities, the 9th step is about making amends. Make direct amends to such people whenever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. That's tricky. You have to use your discernment on there. So every religious tradition has practices toward reconciliation and making amends. We've talked about Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, central to the High Holy Days. Jews are called to seek forgiveness from those they have wronged before asking forgiveness from God. Apologies must be sincere and accompanied by a change of behavior. This is the part that they leave out. You got to change your behavior. And if you mess up again, you apologize again. You don't have to get it right the first time. You just have to try. You get points for trying. Participation points in this class, definitely. Hebrew concept of teshuvah means returning or turning back, a full process of repentance and repair. In the Christian tradition, which most of y'all are more familiar with, confession and penance in the Catholic or Orthodox tradition, making amends includes confession, contrition, and restitution when possible. And the Protestant practices emphasis on reconciliation with others as an expression of faith, echoing Jesus' teachings. First be reconciled to your brother or sister, then come offer your gifts. That's from Matthew 5:24. I hope it didn't trigger anyone. Anabaptist traditions like Amish and Mennonites stress forgiveness and communal reconciliation rituals. In Islam, the concept of tawbah, or repentance, requires recognizing a wrong, asking forgiveness, and making restitution when harm was done to another. The Prophet Muhammad emphasized repairing relationships with others before seeking forgiveness from God. In Buddhism, right speech and right action. In the monastic traditions, confession and reconciliation ceremonies happen. I particularly like, let's see if I brought it up here. Yeah. I like this Buddhist prayer of forgiveness. If I've harmed anyone in any way, either knowing or unknowingly, through my own confusions, I ask their forgiveness. If anyone has harmed me in any way, either knowing or unknowingly, through their own confusions, I forgive them. And if there is a situation I am not yet ready to forgive, Lord, I forgive myself for that, for all the ways that I harm myself, negate, doubt, belittle myself, judge, or be unkind to myself through my own confusions, I forgive myself. It's beautiful, isn't it? Easy to find. In Hinduism, you have atonement, which I cannot pronounce correctly, so I'm not going to bother. Prescribes rituals, acts of charity, or fasting to make amends for wrongdoing. Dharma emphasizes responsibility for one's actions, and harmony is restored both through ritual and ethical restitution, not just money. In earth-based indigenous traditions, we emphasize restorative justice. What is that, Kiya? Wrongdoing is often seen as a tear in the web of relationships. It's a tear. Now we have to repair it because everything is connected to everyone else. Rituals, circles, and ceremonies focus on restoring balance and harmony between individuals, community, and the natural world. Like peace-making circles. In the African tradition, Ubuntu, I am because we are. I exist because of my relationship to all of you all. We are in community. And if we thought more like that and a little bit less American, it might be better for the planet. Just saying. They have a lot of, there's every faith. could go on for a long time. Restorative justice is also used in schools. In criminal justice, what would that look like? That means you're actually trying to help people get where they can be in community. As we like to say in Unitarian Universalists, how to be in covenant. When we are in covenant, we are all getting along pretty well, and we're all taking care of each other. And if we make a mistake, all of us are out of covenant, and we all have to fix it. It can't just be the person that you are saying is out of covenant. It can't be just like that. It has to be all of us together. It's a lot of work, but if we get good at it, the whole world will work a whole lot better, I think. That's true. So I once heard someone describe the courage it took to face a daughter after years of broken promises. The amends were not perfect. Trust did not return overnight. But that first faltering step allowed healing to begin. So you just have to try and just say, don't expect perfection. It's okay. We'll get it right eventually. We're going to keep working on it. We're going to be stubborn in our persistence toward restoration. In the church community, once harmed its LGBTQ members by silence during the AIDS crisis. God's punishing you, gay people. I heard that a lot back in the day. Make amends not only through an apology, but by creating a ministry of welcome, advocacy, and memorial. If you go to Grace Cathedral in San Francisco, all the AIDS quilts are hanging on the wall. Right there where you're in service. They're making amends for the mistakes that people made during the AIDS crisis, which is still going on in Africa, by the way. Amends were made not only with words, but with acts of justice. What can we do? Action. Okay, so how do we begin? Reflection. So think about this for a minute. Where have I caused harm, and to whom? Sometimes the hardest part is admitting to ourselves that our actions or our silence had consequences. So do a courageous conversation. We reach out. We say, I hurt you. I was wrong. How can I make it right? And it's okay if they swing at you at first. You might have to just stand there in the storm and wait them out and prove you're sincere. It's not going to be easy. I'm not pretending it is. Repair. That's the next step. We listen. We follow through. Sometimes we cannot fix what is broken, but we can show with our lives that we are committed to repair. Make an ongoing practice of making amends. It's not a one-time act. They are a way of living, honestly, humbly, in relationship. It is hard. This is hard. Today is hard. I'm not telling you it's something easy. But we're up to it. We can do it. We're Unitarian Universalists. We covenant to walk together in love, but covenants are fragile. We will hurt each other, often without intending to. The strength of our covenant is not to trend otherwise, but in learning how to repair what is broken. Make amends is how we build beloved community, not through perfection, but through the willingness to be accountable, to heal, and to begin again in love. The work of amends is the work of liberation. It frees us from the prisons of guilt and resentment. It allows us to move forward together. May we be brave enough to face those we have wronged. May we be humble enough to listen. And may we be loving enough to repair the fabric of life wherever it is torn. And when we do, we will find that it is not only others who are healed, it is we ourselves who are set free. The burdens are lighter, as like it was in the story. So I've got a little meditation for you if you would choose to join me. You ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the weight of the day, the things said, the things left unsaid, the quiet betrayals of thought and action. Now imagine the faces of those you have touched with care and those you have touched with harm. Hold them gently in your mind. Do not flinch from their eyes. They are mirrors. To make amends is not just to say, I'm sorry. It is to bend toward the truth of our lives, to name the fracture, to place our hands over the cracks and see what can be restored. It is humility. It is courage. It is the willingness to feel the ache of another's wound as if it were our own. And sometimes the wound is old, passed down through generations, stitched into the very soil we walk upon. We are born into histories not of our making, yet we carry them. To make amends is to honor that history, to acknowledge the stolen stories, the broken promises, the lands taken, the voices silenced. It is to speak into the spaces between us, to restore the music that was once muted. Imagine now a river. Each apology, each act of repair is a stone dropped into that river. The ripples travel far beyond the place you stand, touching shores unseen, softening the edges of hurt, quietly, persistently, endlessly. And here is the miracle. To make amends is not a single act. It is a practice, a way of inhabiting your life. It is learning to walk gently, to carry your words like water, to tend the gardens you have trampled, to sow seeds where once there were only footprints. Breathe in. Breathe out. Know this. The world is waiting for your courage, your humility, your willingness to say, I see the harm, I honor the harm, and I will do what I can to set it right. May this courage guide you. May this courage heal. May this courage return us all to one another whole, awake, alive. So may it be. Blessed be. Ashe. Amen.
Now, let an offering be taken to sustain and to strengthen this place, which is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and of hope, for we are now the keepers of the dream. This church shares the proceeds of the offering plate donation every week to help support important nonprofit organizations with which we work. The 4 groups we voted to support with this year's donations are Tiny Hope Village, the Brazos Interfaith Immigration Network, the Pride Center, and Unlimited Potential. We vote on this every May at our congregational meeting, so please be as generous as you can.
We're going to do number 362. If you would like to sing, we're going to sing Rise Up, O Flame in a chase round. It's just like what we just did. And Carrie, do you want to help with this side since you were there? Okay, awesome. So 362. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, show to us beauty, vision, and joy. Rise up, O flame, glowing, show to us beauty, vision, and joy. Glow, show to us beauty, vision, and joy. Rise up, O flame. rise up, O flame, by thy light glory, show to us beauty. Thank you, Carrie.
We give thanks for these gifts we have given, for those we receive, and for each other. May your generosity return to you tenfold. So we have some announcements today. An Artist's Way class will be began October 1st at noon. The class will meet on the first and the third Wednesdays of each month. If you would like to attend, please purchase a copy of The Artist's Way, A Spiritual Path to Higher Creativity by Julia Cameron, and make sure to bring a spiral notebook. Mary Coonley will be a facilitator. Cameron's workshops aim to free people's creativity in the arts. She's worked with aspiring potters, photographers, poets, screenwriters, dancers, novelists, actors, and others. Please contact Mary Coonley for more information. Our UUCBV Art Gallery is currently holding its first show with Anita Cannon's watercolors. The show will continue to run through October 15th, and then a new show will be opening on October 17th, and we'll have the opening for that at 6 p.m. on October 17th, and that will be featuring illustrations from Kathy Appelt's books. All right, a big one. October 18th is going to be a big, big day for us here. The Pride Center Outtoberfest has been moved from downtown Bryan to here at UUCBV. There will be many vendors, and there'll be many vendors, and after dinner, there will be food provided. There will be the No King's World Singing Day. Ours is a No King's World Singing Day, and that is open to all of us. There will be lyrics and music provided. Musicians who would like to help, see Reverend Kiya. The event is officially from 7 to 8:30, and it is for all ages and all voices, and it is absolutely free. So again, October 18th will be a big day. We'll have the Outtoberfest, and then we'll have World Singing Day, and then No King's Day will be that day in town as well. Finally, at the end of the month, of course, we have Halloween coming. So this year, our annual Boo at the UU is on actual October 31st, Halloween. So start your engines, and please help us finishing mulching the back path so we can haunt it for the kiddos for the Boo this year. All righty. Lastly, this afternoon, we have Tent, which is a group of lawyers. I can't remember exactly what it stands for, but it's essentially a group that helps trans folks understand the legal implications of everything that is going on in particularly the state of Texas, but across the South right now. They'll be here from 2 to 5 p.m. to answer any questions anybody might have about any of the bills that have been passed or anything like that, and there will be food provided for that. And we are ready to extinguish the chalice. So now please join me in extinguishing the flame. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we gather together again.